Good news to everyone that is listening and those that are joining in right about now. Why am I saying it is good news? It is because not everyone knows who you truly are. And that is good news. It is not good for your enemies to know who you are. In fact, they know 0.01% of you. Even your family do not know who you are. It is only God that has an understanding that comprehends you. He's the one that knows you from A to Z. The British will say from A to Z. He knows everything about you. He knows your name. I'm not talking about the name that was given and assigned to you by your parents. I'm talking about the name that God calls you by. Do you know that the name that people call you by is not the name that God calls you by? I'm telling you the truth. The names that you have could actually not be your actual name. Do you know that even in heaven you'll be given new names? You will be given new names. So people do not know actually who you are. They do not know who you are. It is only God. Let me read to you a very powerful word. Matthew chapter 16 verse 13. Matthew chapter 16 verse 13, it reads, "When Jesus came into the region of Caesarea Philippi, he asked his disciples, saying, 'Who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?' So they said, 'Some say John the Baptist, some Elijah, and others Jeremiah, or one of the prophets.' He said to them, 'But who do you say that I am?' Simon Peter answered and said, 'You are the Christ, the Son of the living God.' Jesus answered and said to him, 'Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. And I also say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. And I will give you the keys of the kingdom of heaven. And whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven.' Then he commanded his disciples that they should tell no one that he was the Christ." There is a reason after Jesus revealing to them who he was, that he commanded his disciples not to tell anyone. It means that not everyone needs to know about you. Stop going and telling people that you are this, you are doing this. No, sometimes you need to keep quiet. Because people are bad. Not everyone wishes you well. Do you know that if Jesus had told them who he was, they would have killed him before his time? Because there were people who were ready to kill him. Jesus was on a mission. He was on a mission. So my brothers and sisters, be careful whether you tell who you are. And remember, his disciples, despite the fact that they lived in the same household, they did not know who he was. They were still on guesswork. There are people right now around you that are still on guesswork. They say, maybe it's this, maybe it's this. Let them keep on guessing. Do you know that even his disciples, the information was gathered from the outside? It is the people. Jesus told them, "Who do you think, or who do men say that I, the Son of Man, am?" The Bible says, so they said, "Some say John the Baptist, some Elijah, others Jeremiah." He turned to them, "But who do you say that I am?" It is only Simon that revealed the true identity of Jesus. He said that you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. Before Simon would take credit of his answer, Jesus turned to him and said, "Flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven." It then tells you that it is God who is the revealer of secrets. There is no secret that is hidden in the sight of God. In the presence of the God, in the presence of God, everything is revealed. Because God is light. Simon did not know also who he was, because he lived a life of identity crisis. One of the things that people are suffering from is identity crisis. You find someone who does not know who he is, he or she is. And that is like a disease that has swept away and killed a lot of dreams. Simon did not know his true name. It is Jesus that revealed to him. Listen what Jesus says. And Jesus answered and said to him, Blessed are you, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed this to you, but my Father who is in heaven. And I also say to you that you are Peter, and on this rock I will build my church, and the gates of Hades shall not prevail against it. Now, Simon is now told that he is called Peter. He has a change of name. And is given a new identity. They even tell him that upon this rock, I will build my church, and the gates of Hades, or the gates of hell, so to say, will not prevail. The gates of hell, the gates of Hades will not prevail against you. Hope this word has blessed you. Until next time, shalom.